Thanks for watching this edition of the Fox 7 Austin Crime Watch digital exclusive. I'm Dave Froehlich. We're taking a look at some of the crime stories that have recently made headlines in our area. Austin Police Department is asking for your help as they try to find the people responsible for a catalytic converter theft. APD Auto Theft Unit says this latest offense is part of a recent rise in this type of crime. Here's more from Fox 7 Austin's Katie Pratt.
The Austin Police Department is searching for these suspects in connection to 2 catalytic converter thefts. You can see both of them here on surveillance footage at the Lennox Apartments on Ed Bluestein Boulevard in Central East Austin. They were last seen driving a light-colored SUV.
It's an unfortunate situation. So some people come in just devastated. I mean, they got robbed, thousands of dollars.
2 vehicles were hit in that parking lot on Monday, January 19th. According to the APD incident report, the first theft was at 8:30 that morning. Then a second theft was reported in the same place that afternoon.
It mostly happened around the COVID pandemic, but it has risen, I would say, within the last month or two. Definitely this year, we've seen a lot more people coming in with stolen catalytic converters.
Barbie says the precious metals in catalytic converters have recently increased in value, and that might be why these crimes are happening more frequently.
The converters that are targeted are from certain manufacturers that actually put more precious metals in their converters. They could be as much as $4,000 to $6,000.
The most common makers targeted in these crimes are Toyota, Mitsubishi, and Honda, according to crime stats. Tundras and Tacomas are the forerunners out of these.
Most people don't notice until it's already been stolen. They go to their car, start it up. As soon as they crank it up, it sounds like a monster truck. It's just making all kinds of noise.
These thefts are attractive to criminals because of the low risk and high reward. APD says the thieves are not currently widespread, but they want everyone to be aware of the recent uptick. Katie Pratt, Fox 7 Austin News.
Austin police are looking for a person they believe used stolen credit cards to buy gift cards. Detectives believe this person went into an employees-only break room at a business on Far West and took credit cards from a victim's wallet. The suspect later used those stolen cards to make both successful and unsuccessful gift card purchases at the H-E-B on Burnett and the Walgreens on Mesa. The suspect was last seen driving a white Toyota Prius. If you have any information, you're asked to please give Austin police a call.
And we want, our furry friends to be in loving, compassionate homes and not have to experience that type of treatment.
Shocking video showing a man striking a dog with a belt, then forcing the dog into a corner of a balcony using chairs. One resident who wishes to remain anonymous says the abuse happened more than once.
Nothing's going to change unless, we have advocates out there in the world who are reporting these types of incidences taking place.
The video was posted to Reddit, where hundreds of people called for action, some contacting city council members, others offering to foster or take custody of the dog. Austin police responded to the apartment over the weekend. APD's Animal Cruelty Unit reviewed the videos and determined the conduct was consistent with unjustified pain and suffering.
District attorneys, prosecutors, and police get actually more pressure in a lot of instances on animal abuse cases just like this than they get when humans are victims. So you would think that there's going to be some very swift and very definite justice for this individual.
Criminal defense attorney Jeremy Rosenthal says animal cruelty and animal abuse are punished in Texas in different ways.
Cruelty to non-livestock animals is a Class A misdemeanor if it's neglect. That's not feeding animals. That's not taking care of animals. That's not sheltering animals. If you are intentionally being cruel, in those instances, you're looking at possibly a state jail felony that carries between 180 days and 2 years of jail. Torturing an animal is going to be a third-degree felony, and you're looking there at 2 to 10 years.
Austin Animal Services confirming the dog named Boone is in their care and will remain there until the judge decides where he'll end up. The city animal shelter says he's been evaluated and is in generally good health.
So usually if the dog has been deemed that it can't go back to its owner, it's usually deemed property of Austin Animal Services, so it would remain in our care. And then we would figure out best plan of if it's going to be available for adoption or if it would go to one of our rescue partners, what would be best for that animal moving forward.
Austin Animal Services urging anyone in doubt to call 311 if you would like to report something suspicious, or contact police if an animal is in immediate danger.
A lot of times when it comes to animal abuse cases, even though you may be a first-time offender, you better believe you're going to get every inch of that punishment because police and prosecutors have zero tolerance for people who abuse or injure animals.
That was Jenna King reporting there. In other news, Cap Metro Police have identified a suspect accused of stabbing someone on a bus. They say back on the afternoon of January 24th, Sergio Diaz was riding in the middle of the bus when he walked to the back and stabbed a man twice behind the shoulder, once in the upper chest, then ran off. The victim was treated at the hospital. Investigators say they found Diaz after getting a tip from Crime Stoppers. He's been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The largest law enforcement association in Texas is condemning the indictment of a DPS trooper following a 2023 shooting. Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis has that story.
A Texas DPS trooper has been indicted on an aggravated assault by a public servant charge. It stems from a July 10, 2023 incident when Texas DPS trooper Jason Ty tried to pull over a car on I-35.
The driver refused to stop and evaded officers.
Eventually, it pulled into a Chevrolet dealership on North Plaza. The driver, though, got out and ran. That's when Trooper Ty shot the man, Elijah Barrientos, in the arm. CLEAT, the law enforcement association representing the trooper, points out Barrientos was a wanted documented gang member, and his criminal history includes more than 40 charges, many felonies.
This trooper was acting to protect the community from this dangerous violent felon, and Jose Garza saw fit to prosecute the trooper and not the violent gang member.
District Attorney Jose Garza has indicted more than 25 law enforcement officers in Travis County since he took office in 2021. Of the cases that have gone to trial, none have resulted in a conviction.
And what he does when he persecutes law enforcement officers like this is he puts them and their families in great stress. It's blatantly unfair. And I think that, this is time and time again, the DA just doesn't have the facts or the evidence to support a conviction. These prosecutions should never occur.
CLEAT says they back Trooper Ty.
We will absolutely defend him to the ends. There is no justification whatsoever for this indictment.
Meredith Aldis, Fox 7 Austin News.
Austin police are looking for the driver who injured a toddler in a crash, then left the scene. The driver of the second vehicle in this crash also was hurt. This all happened back on December 26th at South 1st and Ditmar around 4 in the afternoon. Investigators say the suspect was in a pewter-colored Hummer H2 built between 2003 and 2009. If you have any information, please call APD or Crime Stoppers. Families taking legal action against their toddler's daycare and the teacher. The lawsuit was filed in Bexar County detailing an abuse allegation. We're told the 3-year-old boy needed stitches after the daycare workers shoved him against metal bars. Fox 7 Austin's Katie Pratt has that story, and we want to warn you again, this video is tough to watch.
The alarming moment was captured on surveillance video. At the start, you see a 3-year-old boy knock over a rolling cart inside of a classroom at Kiddis Daycare in San Antonio. Within seconds, the teacher, Veronica Jimenez, grabs him by the arm, slamming him headfirst into the caddy with enough force to require stitches.
At first, the daycare said, your son, he was running, it was nap time, he wouldn't listen, and he was just running around like a crazy kid, and he fell and he hit his head.
According to court documents, as the child was walking out to the car, he told his mother, "Miss Jimenez hurt me." That's what led to the investigation.
She was so concerned that right after she took him to the emergency room, urgent care to get the wound looked at, she immediately went back to the daycare and said, "I need to see the cameras."
The camera is telling the same story as her son.
So there's other adults in the room and no one intervenes.
That's the understanding, Katie, and that's part of the reason the family's so upset. Has this happened before? Why did no one intervene?
Jimenez was booked into the Bexar County Adult Detention Center on a felony charge of injury to a child, reckless bodily injury, but was released on a $30,000 bond.
Mostly it's going to be emotional and mental He is still talking about it. He's out of the daycare. He's scared of daycares. He's scared of teachers, but it's a long-lasting emotional trauma.
We're told the boy was immediately pulled out of Kiddus and now attends a new daycare. The family wants justice.
They're upset. They want answers. They want to make sure this doesn't happen to any other family.
Katie Pratt, Fox 7 Austin News.
There have been new details in the ongoing search for Nancy Guthrie. New surveillance video has been released and a person was detained, but the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie is still missing. Here's more from Fox's Jade Fleury.
The search for Nancy Guthrie now hitting Houston. About once every minute, this billboard will flash a missing persons picture of her, another tool the FBI is using to bring her home. So if you guys happen to be out and about today, you may notice these bright digital billboards flashing the 84-year-old's photo across the Houston area. The FBI telling Fox News that the agency is trying to bring as much public awareness as possible to Nancy Guthrie and her disappearance. The missing mother of TV personality Savannah Guthrie vanished from her home near Tucson, Arizona on February 1st. Days later, still no suspects have been identified. Now, over the weekend, detectives did continue searching Nancy Guthrie's home, focusing on the backyard, and an alleged ransom note set a Monday deadline for the family to hand over $6 million in Bitcoin. But that deadline has now passed. In the most recent Instagram video, Savannah Guthrie is continuing to ask for the public's help to find her mother.
So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement.
Now, these billboards asking for the public's help to find Nancy Guthrie, they're not only in Houston, they're also in El Paso, San Antonio, Dallas, California, and of course, Arizona. Reporting from Rosenberg, Jade Fleury, Fox 26 News.
State troopers are investigating a mass shooting in a Panhandle neighborhood. 5 people were killed on February 7th, including the gunman. Happened near Plainview, which is about 45 minutes north of Lubbock. The Hale County Sheriff's Office responded to the shooting Saturday morning. 4 people were found dead. A 5th later died at the hospital. The suspected gunman died at the scene. A 20-year-old Texan is being called a hero for staying to help save several victims during the terror attack at Bondi Beach in Australia back in December. Here's more on that story from Fox's Angie Rodriguez.
We just finished hearing from 20-year-old Rabbi Lebel Lazarov, who, according to the local Chabad here in Texas, had saved a police officer during the attacks at Bondi Beach. He is now being loaded up into this ambulance behind me. You'll see right now. We did just finish hearing from him earlier today. According to the Chabad Ludovich of Texas, he was volunteering with the Chabad of Bondi and had helped organize the public Hanukkah celebration where the attack occurred. Take a listen at what he had to say about his involvement.
There's a long road ahead of recovery. My heart still remains with the injured and those lost, and the families that have been forever changed. This tragedy was also deeply personal, as I lost a colleague and a mentor, Rabbi Eli Schlanger, who was brutally murdered and leaves behind a grieving wife and 5 beautiful children. I carry his memory with me every day and to continue on his legacy. Also mourn all the 15 precious lives that were lost and all the worlds that were affected because of it. May their memories live on. This attack took place on Hanukkah, which is the eve of the Jewish holiday of light, which is about spreading light and spreading goodness and over darkness and evil. And the Jewish light would never be diminished. If anything, it'll only go stronger. I want to express my appreciation for the Australian government support medically in the hospital, and as well as the community support throughout my time in Australia, as well as the American consulate and the FBI for all their communication and tireless efforts to help bring me home safely. After everything I've been through, I'm greatly beyond words to be back in Texas and to be back home on the way to recovery with my family. I ask people everywhere to continue spreading light and to do good over evil, because that's the only way we can prevail. A little bit of light can dispel a lot of darkness, and that's the only way forward. Thank you.
And as you can see in the video, Lazarov was using a cane, which according to the Chabad is from the multiple injuries and gunshots he sustained while at Bondi Beach, which is why he had to be escorted out in an ambulance. At IAH, Angie Rodriguez, Fox 26 News.
We appreciate you watching Fox 7 Austin Crime Watch YouTube exclusive. Our Crime Watch stories run each Monday on Fox 7 Austin News at 9. For more on the stories highlighted in this episode, you can head to our website, fox7austin.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the Fox 7 Austin YouTube channel. Remember, you can also stream all our content and our newscasts on our Fox local apps. Those are free to download and available for your phone, as well as connected TV platforms like Roku and Apple TV.